for this portion, I'm just going to walk you through the demo project I built for the Hawaiian STEM Conference. And this is more for older kids, I would say, but all the tools that we're going to go over, it's the same for any age group. And you can make adjustments according to whatever you want. So for this one, I started with identifying a STEM challenge, and I used the Ulu Cards for inspiration. You can use them specifically, but I kind of was inspired to pick my own word. I chose malama, which means in Hawaiian to take care of, preserve, or protect or nurture. So the Ulu card, I told them, represents a core value or group will use as a foundation for tackling a real-world STEM issue, and the team was asked to choose a challenge and use that challenge to shape the approach they had for the world they built and the character they did. Okay, so I identified my challenge and I chose to look at Hawaii's coral reefs, which are rapidly declining due to climate change, pollution, and human impact. Things like cruise ship waste, plastic runoff are affecting all of the above. So the innovation, I thought, I'm going to create a world that's going to showcase that in a fun, not that it's really fun, but in a way that people can understand and become more aware of that issue. The outcome was hopefully, again, to increase that awareness. So I identified the challenge, and then from there, what I did is I started thinking of a character to represent that STEM challenge. And I thought, a robot crab to protect coral reefs and collects trash and cleans the ocean. So again, I'm thinking I've worked with these tools, I kind of know where I'm going with it, but this is kind of like the flow I asked the students to go through as well. And this presentation as well will be in the link below, so you guys can use this, do whatever you want with it as well. Okay, so then I took this prompt and I jumped into, actually I started first with ChatGPT, but you could also use Luma Labs, and I took that image and I brought it into Luma Labs and it gave me all these iterations, and this is what it came up with. And again, I'll walk you through each step by step. I just want to give you guys an overview right now. So I brought my robot crab image into Meshy, and then from there Meshy AI created a 3D model out of it, as you can see right here. So from there, I then jumped into Polypizza and downloaded a bunch of free models and built my world out of it. So from Polypizza, it's a free resource. And for a lot of these, you do have to create a login. So that could be an issue for students because it doesn't work with their school emails. I had that issue when teaching in the STEM conference. So basically I created a bunch of emails and logged in and they were able to download. But the cool thing about this is you can just download these file formats onto the desktop, or you can have a bunch of them pre-downloaded and ready for them to use. So there's a lot of ways to approach this that make it a lot easier, so you don't have to actually log into these sites. And if you're the teacher with the login, let's say you're with the little ones, you can just create all of this with your account and show them the process that we're walking through. So for Polypizza, I grabbed the cruise ship and this cool beach scene and a couple other items as well. So here, you can see that was a sound effect it made from one of the hypes, which is a file format in Hyperfy. So your Ulu card, along with your challenge, innovation, and outcome brainstorms, will inspire the prompts for your AI-generated images, as you can see here. So from Luma Labs, went into Meshy, Polypizza, and then I brought it all into Hyperfy. And the key to remember is to delegate and collaborate as a team and bring it all together. So this is where I was telling you earlier, ideally it's more fun if they have students break up into groups of 2 or 3 and have them have certain tasks. You can have a student, hey, I'm going to be the AI Meshy creator, and a lot of things take time to render. That's why using tools like Polypizza is fun, because they could just drag and drop and start iterating and playing. So giving students different things to do, giving groups groups each have assigned things, it's kind of fun that way as well. So this is the little world I built in Hyperfy, and as you can see in the distance here's my cruise ship. This is the character I made in Meshy. Here's like the toxic plume coming from the cruise ship. These are actually some elements I grabbed from different community members in Hyperfy. These are fish or models from Polypizza, and all of the stuff in here I'll show you guys how I did it, but I just want to give you guys a little overview. Okay, so for the Luma Labs part, once you're there, you want to log in. Again, you want to make sure you have either your email or other extra emails that they can use for this part. As you can see, I have a bunch of different projects that I've worked on here in these boards. So I'm just going to jump into some of the latest ones I did. So what you do within here is similar to what you can do in Meshy AI once they figure out what kind of characters they want or what specific type of models. I want to do a specific character that represents my world, and that's what I came up with, a robot crab guy. So right now, as you can see, these are some of the versions that I did. So my initial prompt was that I'm going to copy and paste right here just to show you. So sometimes the T-pose comes out here, and the T-pose is like your arms straight out and legs kind of a little bit also open, and that helps especially with Meshy, since ideally we're going to be bringing this character into Meshy to make a 3D model out of it. So I just want to show you real quick the process for this. There's a lot of really great videos out there that go in depth into Luma Labs. I recommend taking a look at those, but right now I'm just going to show you the quick overview of this. So you're going to choose either video or images. Right now we're going to do an image. I'll also show you how to do a video with it, which is really cool, since you can easily drag and drop these into the worlds. So I'm going to click there, and it's going to generate up some ideas for me. So now we're going to bring this guy into Meshy. So let's say if you're happy with that image, you can click download. And before we do that, I'm going to show and see if it's going to do a better job animating this guy. Let's make a little video out of it. And have the robot walking forward towards the camera. Okay, let's see what that does. Well, while that's rendering, it takes a little bit of time. A lot of times it's why it's nice to have a group of students. Some of them can be doing switches or things in Poly Pizza, some of them can be rendering, some of them can be playing in Meshy. So yeah, so what we're going to do is let's jump into Meshy real quick. So here are some other models that I was playing with, but right now let's go back into image. Let's do image to 3D. So I'm going to grab that image that we created in Luma real quick and just drag it in here. Here we go. And I'm going to have it generate a model. So from this image, it's going to create a 3D model like this one. And as you can see, it's starting to generate right here. And again, that takes a little bit of time. So while we're waiting for that, I want to show you guys some of the cool things you can do within Meshy. So once you have this character, and he's kind of like in that T-pose, like I was saying, the arms out, the legs a little bit wider like that. One of the things I did first, actually, let's go back a little bit. This guy is the original. And as you can see, the faces and vertices count is really high. And one thing that I believe, I'm not sure if the free version has this, but the paid version, which I have, you can do remesh. So it lowers the try count, which is good for any kind of gaming development. You don't want super high poly models that slow down your game. So I'm going to confirm, and it's going to start remeshing and creating a lower poly count version of that. So let's go right here. This is already remeshed. So now what I want to show you guys, a fun thing you can do within here is rig it. So let's see, there you go. By rigging it, you could do it for animals, which is really cool, or humans. We should actually do an animal to test it out. That'd be a lot of fun. So right now I'm going to just place all these items where it shows. I'm just going to copy what's on this character right here. So just do your best lining things up a little bit. And if things don't line up really well, you can always turn off symmetry so you align each individual element alone. So this one seems pretty symmetrical, so I'm just going to keep it like that. And then I click confirm, and you'll see what happens real quick. And again, this is going to render and do its thing. So while that's doing that, let's go back and look at these 3D meshes of this shark coral looking creature. Let's choose that one and confirm. And then it's going to start texturing it and doing all sorts of fun things to that too. So this guy now, the little low res version, is ready to go. I think, oh no, the rigged version. You can see, look at that. He's pretty cool. He's got some funky little extra parts. You can actually add different elements to it. So right now, it's going to not just show him walking, it's show him flipping and stuff. And I believe animated GLBs within Hyperfy is coming. I'm not sure if it's out yet, but in Hyperfy version 1, you could have that. So they are working on having it in Hyperfy version 2. So in the future, you could just download this and bring it in world. It'll be animated like that. And that's how it used to be in the other version. But right now, what we're going to do is just, I'm going to go here. I'm just going to show you how to bring this model in. So all you have to do now is just download. And you're going to choose GLB since that's the format that Hyperfy uses. And I'm just going to download. And there it is, download. And I'm going to give me 1 second. Let me move this over. And I'm going to open up my world. Oh, it needs to be reloaded, I think. Oh, there it is. Okay. So once you're within the world, make sure you have your admin access. And I'm going to head over here. This is where the old recreation challenge. I'm going to see in here and see if we can bring that model in. Things seem to be working a little slow today, but that's okay. Okay, I'm just going to look for that file and drag it in. There we go. That's good. Check it out. We can resize him. We can. Ooh, I flipped him over. Let's make him a little bit bigger. There we go. And I didn't bring him in as a model, so I will be able to walk through him. But I could easily do what I showed you guys already. So you can add a model. And I can now just go over to the model. And it'll bring up that new model. And there it is. And now this one, you can remember the colliders. Now this one, I won't be able to walk straight through it. But yeah, it was that easy. So you can see from once you have your models and stuff, and the same with all of the ones you find in Poly Pizza. And here, let's go back in here. Ooh, this guy's kind of moving a little bit now. Normally it does a much better job. I don't know why Luma Labs sometimes... Ooh, that's kind of cool. He's kind of like watery in a sense. But now you can bring this image in. Let's say you wanted to bring this into your world as well. You can do that. Let's go back into Meshy and see how it's going in here. Just wanting to take... Oh, there we go. That looks really cool. So the next step is I definitely want to remesh this guy because it's really high poly. So let's remesh, bring it down to 10,000. You can go down even further, but sometimes it starts making it look a little bit like bad. So there's a fine line, so definitely play around with that. But while that does that, you played around with this one. Let's see if this one I've already meshed. No, I haven't remeshed that guy. I think they're almost exactly the same. So we can play a little bit around more with the movements. Let me fix this real quick. I'm trying to have everything on here. Screen capture. Sorry if I cut myself off a couple times. So now, since he's in animate, so let's add some animations. Let's make him do a flippy. Everything takes a little bit of time, but it's kind of fun, definitely. I'm sure especially once animated GLBs happen, this will be a really fun thing to be able to like drag and drop these models in, the animation. Okay, now he's 11. He's not 10 exactly, but let's download him because it's pretty cool. I'm gonna download again. Make sure you download with GLB. Download it and then drag it into my world, just like I did that guy. And I want to do it. This one, I don't care if I can walk through this one. I just want to show you guys real quick. Wrong one. This guy. I just dragged up the same one. Okay, I'm gonna now. I'm gonna bring this guy up so we can check him out. And let's make him a little bit bigger. He looks pretty cool. As you can see that when I remeshed him, he lost a lot of that cool detail. So this is where you want to iterate, play, and stuff like that. And these tools are a really great segue into learning Blender and starting to make your models from scratch to have much better poly count. There's a bunch of other tools I'll make other videos about that you can experiment with, making image to 3D and stuff like that. Some of them you don't need logins, some of them you do. But yeah, you can see this one looks not that great when we did that. This other guy definitely looks way better. But yeah, he looks definitely way better than the other guy when I did that remeshing. And all of this kind of stuff, I mean, you can make whole exercises just on this, like what kind of objects better remesh, what's the lowest count you can do, and all of the stuff you can start talking about. You could do a world with a bunch of super high poly objects and see what happens. Right now, this should be running fast, but sometimes you have issues like internet. And all that kind of stuff could be teachable moments. So that's why I see everything. Every Murphy's Law that comes my way is a teachable moment. Okay, for the poly pizza part, this is where you saw in the demo that I showcased, like I did that ocean scene. You can see here, this is where I got a little ocean scene. And here is, I got this. I'm going to click the download button up to the lower right, and you can download, and you want to choose GLB format. And many thanks to, I'll link this to just say thank you to Carson Lamb for letting me use that. So let's go back and collect some more items that we can use and put in our world. So here's some fun little coral. So all the cool thing about it is you can check out what they look like, and you can just start one of your students while things are rendering. You can have them start collecting different items. So again, this one is by Google. So thank you, Google. And okay, let's grab a couple of those, and I'm going to open up my Hyperfy world now. Okay, well, for this part, I'm here in my Hyperfy world, and I'm just going to find the poly pizza files that I downloaded, and all you have to do is drag and drop them in. Here's the coral, and here's that beach. Remember that you saw that's how I created that world over there. You can see this is what I used. And this is the coral that I was showing you guys earlier. And again, the fun thing you can do for little ones, if you want to keep it super simple, you can just have them to start use poly pizza, find some cool things, and start building some random custom things. You could just pick themes, like you could do another park theme. You could do build a cool lab, or build a crazy forest, all sorts of things, just to get them used to dragging and dropping, and then move on there to the other AI tools. And I believe Poly Pizza, I'm not sure if you have to have an email. I think you could just log in. I mean, not have to log in and just download, but if not, you can just show your students, have a bunch of files already all downloaded, all GLBs, and they could just grab from there, and you can have all the assets ready for them to go. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little overview of the AI tools, and I hope you guys get building soon and had fun with the recreation challenge and had fun with this little overview. We'll see you guys on part 3. Until next time, bye. Okay, so here I'm going to go a little bit more in depth into using these various AI tools. And again, I have that outlined in the Notion doc for you guys and in the presentation. So once you're in Luma, the main thing again is the whole passwords and emails. So you might want to create some extra special accounts for them to be able to use this. So let's dive on in. So once you're within Dream Machine, if you have your account, if not, you just go through the regular login. You can use your Gmail account. Um, as you can see, I've had all these different mood boards and things, and I'm gonna jump into this one, which is where this mood board, I have a bunch of different things from me creating that robot guardian cleaner up of the ocean that I showed earlier. So as you can see here, I typed in, help me design this character, robot guardian protected coral reef. So yeah, let me just show you. Let's say I were to start from scratch. I'll type it in right here. And down here, you can select what you'd like. You can create a video, you can create an image for now. We're going to stick to image because what we want to do is bring this and bring it into Meshy. And so I like using this. Meshy also has, like, you can do text to image, but it's kind of fun using Luma for this as well. So I just wanted to show you another fun AI tool. One thing that's great to have is to have an on transparent background in a T pose. But having it in a T pose makes it easier for some of the cool things you can do within Meshy with it. So let's check that out, see what happens. And some of this takes a little bit of time to render. Let's see, right now it's showing that it's streaming, meaning it's taking its time to create those ideas. So these are all very different than the other ones we have seen. I kind of like this version. I haven't seen a more anime kind of style. So right now, as you can see, it has like a transparent background, and I'll show you that if you have, I'm not sure in the free version if you can do videos, but since you can drag and drop videos into it, might as well see what it does to make a video. So here you can do, kind of shows you how you can have the cameras. Let's see, pan left, pan right. It's kind of fun to select what you like. Let's do the push in, have the robot walking. Let's see what happens. And it'll take a little bit. And while that's doing its thing, I'm gonna grab this guy and let's say you can now play around with modifications as well, which is really cool. So if you want to modify, so there he is zooming. I don't know if I really wanted it to be zooming like that. I wanted him to be walking. So let's try that one again. Let's do modify.